It was supposed to be a lighthearted morning filled with laughter, music, and warm memories, but what unfolded between country legend Reba McEntire and pop superstar Kelly Clarkson on The Kelly Clarkson Show quickly turned into one of the most shocking and talked about moments in daytime television this year. What began as a friendly chat between two powerful voices of country music ended with Reba storming off the stage, leaving Kelly visibly stunned and the live audience in stunned silence. The episode, which was filmed in front of a full studio audience, started off on a high note. Reba, radiant in a deep red outfit, joined Kelly on the couch to promote her latest album and discuss her long career in country music. Both women shared stories of their roots, their love for Nashville, and their admiration for each other's work. Kelly even gushed about how Reba had been one of her idols growing up, calling her a true queen of country. But things took a turn when Kelly, perhaps too candidly, brought up their shared personal history, specifically Reba's past marriage to Narvel Blackstock, who happens to be the father of Kelly's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock. The crowd chuckled nervously when Kelly made a lighthearted remark about keeping it all in the family, but Reba didn't seem amused. According to audience members who attended the taping, Reba's smile faltered, and she shifted uncomfortably in her seat. Kelly, noticing the tension, tried to backpedal, saying, "Oh gosh, I didn't mean that the wrong way, I was just saying, you know, we've both been through a lot." But Reba wasn't having it. Witnesses say the country legend responded sharply, "Kelly, honey, I love you to death, but some things aren't meant to be joked about on TV." The tone of the room shifted instantly. Kelly looked stunned, and the audience fell silent. The tension was palpable. Kelly attempted to move on by changing the subject to Reba's music career, but the energy never recovered. When Kelly mentioned Reba's mentorship on The Voice, Reba interrupted, saying, "I've been in this business long enough to know when someone's trying to steer a conversation away. You brought up something personal, now let's own it." That comment, according to several people present, caused a ripple of gasps through the crowd. Kelly's face turned visibly red as she tried to maintain composure. She replied gently, "I really didn't mean to offend you, Reba. You mean the world to me." Reba paused for a moment, looked toward the audience, then turned back to Kelly. "Well, I think we should probably wrap this up," she said curtly before standing up from the couch. Producers immediately cut to a commercial break as Reba walked off the set, leaving Kelly alone on stage. When the show returned from the break, Kelly addressed the situation with remarkable professionalism. Smiling through the awkwardness, she said, "Sometimes, even with people we love and admire, conversations can take unexpected turns. We all have history, and that's what makes us human." The audience gave a sympathetic round of applause, but it was clear that the moment had shaken both the host and the crew. By the end of the day, clips from the episode had gone viral. The hashtag Reba Walks Off began trending across social media platforms, racking up millions of views within hours. Fans were divided. Some sided with Reba, saying Kelly should have known better than to bring up sensitive family issues, while others defended Kelly for being open and genuine. One Twitter user wrote, "Reba is a legend, but Kelly wasn't being disrespectful, she was just being herself." Another replied, "There's a time and place for everything. Reba handled it like a grown woman who knows her boundaries." Entertainment outlets quickly picked up the story. TMZ released behind-the-scenes photos of Reba leaving the studio early, looking visibly upset, while Entertainment Tonight reported that Kelly's team had reached out privately to apologize. Sources close to Reba confirmed that she accepted the apology but declined to return for the planned musical performance that was supposed to close the episode. A production insider told Variety, "You could feel the tension the second that personal topic came up. Reba is old school, she keeps her private life private. Kelly didn't mean any harm, but she touched a nerve." In the days following the incident, Kelly addressed the controversy on her social media accounts. In a heartfelt post on X, formerly Twitter, she wrote, "I have so much love and respect for Reba. She's been a mentor, a friend, and someone I've always looked up to. I never meant to cause any discomfort or disrespect. We all have moments we wish we could redo, and this was one of mine." Reba, for her part, posted a short but gracious response 2 days later, "No hard feelings, y'all. Live TV can get tricky. I've got nothing but love for Kelly, always have, always will." Her fans flooded the comments with messages of support, praising her for handling the situation with maturity and grace. The network decided not to re-edit or remove the segment, choosing instead to air the full episode as originally recorded. The decision, while bold, paid off. Ratings for the Kelly Clarkson Show soared to their highest numbers of the season, with millions tuning in to see the infamous moment for themselves. Behind the scenes, sources say both Reba and Kelly spoke privately and smoothed things over. "They're both professionals," said one insider. "Reba was caught off guard, Kelly felt awful, and once they talked it out, everything was fine." Interestingly, the confrontation seemed to spark an important conversation in the entertainment world about personal boundaries in celebrity interviews. Many hosts and journalists weighed in on whether it's fair to bring up sensitive personal connections in a lighthearted setting. Pop culture analysts noted that while the moment was uncomfortable, it also revealed something deeper about both women. Kelly's openness reflected her sincerity and emotional transparency, the very qualities that have made her one of America's most beloved talk show hosts. Reba's reaction, meanwhile, reminded viewers that even icons have limits, and that self-respect sometimes means walking away rather than engaging. In the weeks that followed, both women went back to business as usual. Kelly continued hosting her show with her usual warmth and humor, while Reba resumed her concert tour, thrilling fans with her timeless hits. When asked about the incident during a later interview, Reba simply smiled and said, "We're all good. Kelly's like family, sometimes family just has awkward moments on live TV." The audience laughed, and the story finally came to a peaceful close. Still, the moment remains one of the most talked about events in daytime television, not because of anger or ego, but because it captured something raw and real. Two powerful women, both adored by millions, navigating a deeply human moment under the glare of studio lights. And as fans continued to debate who was right or wrong, one truth stands clear: Reba McEntire and Kelly Clarkson reminded the world that authenticity, even when messy, is what keeps television unforgettable. In the days after the incident, the media world couldn't stop buzzing. Morning talk shows replayed the clip, online commentators dissected every second, and fans flooded the internet with their opinions. The heated exchange between Reba McEntire and Kelly Clarkson became not just a celebrity headline. It became a cultural moment, a reflection of how even the most genuine friendships can falter under the bright lights of live television. While some viewers were quick to accuse the producers of manufacturing drama for ratings, insiders close to the show denied any such intent. "That was 100% real," one crew member said. Kelly was shocked. Reba's reaction wasn't scripted, and you could see the genuine emotion on both their faces. Behind closed doors, NBC executives reportedly held an emergency meeting to discuss the aftermath. Some feared that the situation could escalate into a full-blown feud, while others believed it was best to let the story breathe and resolve naturally. In the end, Kelly's heartfelt apology post and Reba's graceful public response did what no PR strategy could: they brought closure in a way that felt authentic and human. However, for days, entertainment journalists continued to dig deeper, exploring the underlying emotional tension that may have fueled the exchange. Many noted the complicated history between the two women. Kelly, who had once been married to Reba's former stepson, had always spoken about how much she admired and respected Reba, calling her a mentor and role model. But that family connection, once a point of pride, had also become a sensitive subject, particularly after Kelly's high-profile divorce from Brandon Blackstock. "Reba's always been protective of her family," said a longtime friend of the country icon. "She didn't walk off because she was angry at Kelly. She walked off because it hit too close to home. Sometimes, when emotions run deep, walking away is the only way to stay dignified." For Kelly, the incident served as an emotional reminder of how unpredictable live TV can be. She's known for her open-hearted, spontaneous style, a quality that has made her show feel genuine and inviting. But even she admitted later in an interview with Access Hollywood that sometimes honesty can backfire. "I never meant to hurt Reba," she said. "She's someone I love. I think we both just had a very human moment." That vulnerability resonated with fans everywhere. The following week, ratings for the Kelly Clarkson Show remained sky-high, and viewers praised Kelly for her humility and grace under pressure. Many fans pointed out that such unscripted moments were exactly what made her show different from the polished, overly rehearsed tone of other talk shows. "Kelly's show feels real," one fan tweeted. "Even when it gets awkward, she keeps it honest." Meanwhile, Reba used the attention to her advantage. She appeared on Good Morning America days later, not to talk about the clash but to promote her upcoming tour. When asked casually about the viral moment, she smiled and said, "I think people forget we're all just human. Live TV's like a rodeo, sometimes you get bucked off, but you get back up and right again." The comment drew laughter and applause, perfectly encapsulating the humor and wisdom that have defined her decades-long career. The incident also reignited discussions across the entertainment industry about the pressures of celebrity interviews and the fine line between curiosity and intrusion. Hosts, journalists, and publicists debated how far is too far when discussing personal matters. One veteran TV producer told Variety, "You can prep for days, have all the right notes, and still hit a nerve without meaning to. That's what makes talk shows both thrilling and dangerous." As the weeks passed, the story gradually evolved from controversy to redemption. Clips of Reba's and Kelly's old duets resurfaced online, reminding fans of their genuine connection and musical chemistry. A particularly emotional performance of "Because of You" from years earlier went viral again, with fans commenting that the two singers had too much love and history to let one awkward moment define them. In a touching gesture, Reba sent flowers to the set of the Kelly Clarkson Show the following month, along with a handwritten note that read, "All's well that ends well. Love you, Reba." Kelly later mentioned the gesture briefly during an episode, smiling as she said, "Reba's the real deal. We're all good, y'all." The audience erupted in applause, bringing a sense of joyful closure to a story that had captivated millions. By this point, the clash had already taken on a life of its own. Late-night comedians poked fun at it, social media made memes, and fans even created playful mashups titled, "Reba vs. Kelly, the Country Showdown." But amid the humor, there was an undercurrent of admiration for both women's authenticity, their ability to face awkwardness head-on, and their mutual respect despite the uncomfortable moment. For Reba, the episode only strengthened her image as a fierce yet classy legend who stands by her principles. For Kelly, it became another example of her ability to turn real-life challenges into teachable, heartfelt television. Entertainment journalists noted that both women managed to emerge from the situation even more respected than before, a rare feat in today's media landscape. In a later appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Kelly laughed when the topic came up again. "I think we both learned something that day," she said. "Maybe I'll stick to talking about music next time," Fallon quipped, "or just have a safe word for when things get too real." The audience burst into laughter, and Kelly nodded, saying, "Yeah, next time, the safe words, Oklahoma." That moment of humor marked the final note in a story that had started as an uncomfortable misunderstanding and ended as a testament to mutual respect and forgiveness. It reminded fans that even superstars, even icons, can stumble into awkward territory and still come out stronger for it. Months later, when the two women reunited at a country music event in Nashville, they shared a warm hug on stage to thunderous applause. Kelly introduced Reba as the one and only queen, and Reba responded with a wink, saying, "Guess we're still family after all." The crowd erupted, sealing the reconciliation in a way that only two powerhouse performers could. In the end, the infamous walk-off became more than just another talk show headline. It became a reminder of authenticity, that real emotion, honesty, and even uncomfortable moments are what connect audiences to their idols. Both Reba McEntire and Kelly Clarkson came out of the ordeal with renewed appreciation from fans, proving that grace and humility can turn even the most heated clash into a story of strength, respect, and, ultimately, friendship.